What's up, guys? Welcome back to Body Art Unleashed. So we told you we were going to be talking to some of the artists that you watched yesterday during the live tattooing segment to kind of get a follow-up on some of the work that you saw in progress. So Katie and I are now joined by the one and only Steve Butcher.
Hey, guys.
Straight out of New Zealand. We saw Steve, who was working on a very involved piece yesterday of the roller coaster. Can we get an image of that? Do you guys have that so you guys can take a peek at what it looks like now? Just so you can see how long it took. Look at that.
Wow.
That is amazing. And if you don't know, Steve is well known for his ability to make these realistic portraits. And in this case, it looks like a real roller coaster. How long did this take?
Roughly between 11 and 12 hours.
Oh my gosh. So you were the one that was up till 4 in the morning tattooing last
I was the
night.
one who made the
4
camera
a.m.
crew really tired today.
That is incredible though.
What's the longest tattoo that you've ever done?
In one session, 19 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long day, man. Really long day.
That's incredible. So while you were working on this, or now that you're looking at it after the fact, here till 4 a.m., does it look like what you had hoped that it would?
I still had maybe 2 or 3 hours to go, to be honest.
So this is not finished?
No, it's not finished.
Okay, so you're still, wow.
So
I mean, this looks incredible.
Yeah.
Well, like, because especially with detail that small, you really need to kind of have 2 sessions on it anyway to kind of build it up and make sure that it'll hold itself. So this is kind of like a base layer, but there's still a whole section on the side that hadn't been done that you can't really see in the photo. And there's like a whole bunch of really fine stuff that you can't really do in the first session because it's all the skin's kind of damaged, you know, so you can't really keep going into the same spot. So it's better to let everything heal and then come back to it.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. I was asking, you know, can you go over that same spot twice or does it need to take another session? So how many times can you go really work into one spot?
I mean, everyone's different and every machine and artist is different. For me, I can hit the same spot a couple of times without it like healing bad or being damaged, you know, but it's just, you just got to be gentle in like your application. If you're smashing it in the whole time, then you can't really, you know, if you kind of gentle it, then I work in layers all the time. So all my work's kind of built up on top of each other.
Right.
So that's all about your touch then. So yesterday too, we were talking about like what it is that you love to do and your skill. So if you're gentle in that area, that's something that you're consciously thinking about.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you're doing like all those tiny faces in such a small area. You kind of need to be conscious about overworking spots and how many times you've hit that spot. And even if you know you need to go back into it, and you just can't, you have to wait, you know.
But
About being patient.
Yeah. But with all of this detail, I mean, what is the key for you to make all of that pop the way that it is? Like, look at that roller coaster, you guys. It's so detailed. It looks like a real photo.
It's just, I don't know, it's just contrast. Make sure the photo has enough contrast. And for this, all the backs of the seats create the contrast so that the heads have shape, you know? So like the dark colors be able to bring out all the light colors.
And so we talked also yesterday a little bit about line work. I don't really see strong lines in here. Is that kind of your touch on it? You don't, you know, have such strong lines. It's more of a, I don't know what the word is, a shading, or how would you describe that?
I suppose it's more just like color application, but like there is lines, but they're just not black lines, you know?
Right.
They're all color lines. So like each kind of shape is outlined, but it's in the color that I'm doing, you know? So like each little headdress is outlined in the dark red, like black red, but then I fill it in so it doesn't look outlined.
I mean, the detail.
I know, it really is. We also got some questions from some of you viewers that got a chance to watch Steve in action yesterday. This one's from Jane Savina Gardner. She says, how can I make a reservation appointment as a normal peasant? I'm asking for 6 to 8 months from now. So if people are trying to get a hold of you, how do they do it?
Via email is the best way. The only thing is like I travel so much, I don't really book out months and months in advance because I'd have to cancel a whole bunch of people if I was going to do a trip or something like this. So I kind of book week to week, month to month. So it's kind of like when I get people booking in for asking for 6 months from now, it kind of gets kind of palmed off a little bit because I'm trying to worry about next week or the next month, you know?
So Jane, wait until you're ready to do it and then hit them up.
No, but I also just hired a personal assistant, so it's
good
gonna
for
start.
you.
So we need to get a hold of her.
Yes, there you go. Him.
Him, okay, him. We need to
Him,
get a
now
hold
you
of
guys
him.
He's pretty much a her, but
Cool, so I have a question from Guilherme Favilla. What is important for being a great tattoo artist?
That's a good question.
I think it's just you gotta love what you do, but you gotta work. You have to work. Like a lot of people look at the tattoo industry as like a easy money scheme or something like that. Like I can just do a couple of tattoos and make money, but if you want to be good at it, it's like you got to dedicate a lot of time and a lot of effort to just working, just tattooing and tattooing and tattooing, because that's the only way you're ever going to get better.
Yeah.
And you said you gotta love it too. And I just think it's so interesting to have the relationship between your client and you, especially when you're doing work that is as detailed as it is. And then that's also a piece of you. Like, how do you save that? Do you take pictures and like just keep a book of all of everything that you've ever done just to remember those moments?
You do. Like, it's your portfolio, but I mean, it's more just, it's kind of cool. Just like, it's the only art form in the world where your work is like walking all around the world, you know, and being on show everywhere. Like, painters have to set up gallery exhibitions and connections, meet people to try and attempt to get into big galleries to show their work off, whereas we just get to parade our work all around the world.
It's so true. Every time you go on vacation, you're showcasing that artist's work. Another question from Andre Souza. He says, what kind of pigments do you use?
I use Intense ink. I have done since the day that I started tattooing, and I've used other brands, and they're just, for me, nothing is as good as Intense. For me, realism needs to kind of look natural and heal kind of natural, not super bright and super over contrasted, you know, so I think Intense has the best kind of pigments for that.
And I don't know if you heard, we were talking yesterday, he has his own, he had created with Intense his own line.
Yeah.
So
I did not know.
Steve Butcher said, I think you were saying it was 24 colors?
Yeah, 24
24 colors. And I saw it yesterday, I got a sneak peek of it. I mean, it's cool, really cool.
Is your phone blowing up?
No, that's not me.
Is it your personal assistant maybe trying to get an appointment?
I'm sorry. Somebody's trying
Pretty
to
sure
get
that
in
was
right
you.
now.
Coming from down here.
Yep, nope, not me. Nobody's trying to get a hold of me.
So, okay, yesterday, I saw, this is just a personal question. I saw you had your headphones on.
Yes.
I want to know what you are listening to. What is in your head when you're working?
I listen to a lot of rap. I listen to like Tech Nine, Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Yeah.
stuff like that. If I need to get work done faster, I'll listen to like System of a Down or something like that, something a bit more quicker.
It'll keep you up.
See, we talked about this yesterday too. The connection between music and tattooing is everything.
It's
And
huge.
Not just because of style, but he says he needs to work faster. So when you're just chilling, then you just listen to whatever.
Reggae, like dub music, stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, you have a very wide variety.
Yeah.
You should set up a playlist.
I totally
Steve
should.
Butcher's playlist for getting it done
Tattoos,
faster.
yeah.
Tattoo.
There you go.
I mean, that's a thing. That's a real thing. I love it. One more technical question too while we're on it from Cleveland. He says, what sort of machine are you using?
I use Injector, the Injector Flight Nano. Again, I used a lot of rotaries, Cheyennes and everything. For me, this is the best machine for realism, for like layering and stuff like that. It doesn't hit too hard, it doesn't damage the skin, and it is super efficient, like gets it in really quickly. Yeah.
Awesome. So cool.
So, I know there's a lot of viewers out there that are just starting out. Is there any advice that you can give them? You know, how to get their foot in the door, whether it be the art or to getting into the right shop? Is there anything that you can give them?
Be persistent, man. Everyone's gonna shut you down, everyone's gonna tell you can't do it, and you just gotta prove them wrong, you know?
I like what you said yesterday too. You were talking about how when you were in art school, people were telling you that your stuff wasn't right, you weren't doing it good, right? So that was one of those things where you just persisted past. So just giving that, what was the thing within you that just said, you know what, I don't even care? Because somebody's calling him right now and they said you don't even care.
I'm just gonna put
That's
that
all right,
on
why don't you
silent.
answer the phone?
It's actually my mom.
Oh, answer the phone.
No, I'm not gonna answer the phone like.
Actually,
It'll be fun.
scratch the other question I was asking. How does your family feel about your success and the path that you've chosen to go down?
Oh man, my mom's super proud. She's pumped. She worked her ass off when I was a kid and stuff. So like it's nice to be able to repay the favor now and kind of bring her on holiday and stuff like that. It's cool.
Does she have any tattoos?
She got a few. She got a couple. She got a portrait of me on her forearm.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't know. Fuck that. I'd fuck my own face up. I'd be too scared. And I tattooed her back. I did a scene from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that's cool. Really cool.
That's really cool.
Really cool.
Keeping it in the family. Steve Butcher is the man to follow, by the way. Again, his Instagram. Why don't you let everybody know?
At Steve Butcher Tattoos.
so you can see his progress. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be back with more Steve Butcher. So if you have any questions in the meantime, please make sure to get those in so he can get them answered. And as you can tell, he's a pretty all-around and dope dude. We'll be right back from Body Art Unleashed.
And we're back here again with Katie. I'm here.
Hi, Katie.
Steve Butcher again, and Mario Barth.
Hey, I'm back in the game. I'm gonna get in. I cut her right off because she talked too much already. I heard. That's the reason why we got rid of the other one, Nina. She talks too much. That's why we. Oh, she's still in the room. Sorry, sorry. So.
That's what I thought we're supposed to do. Talk too much.
Oh yeah.
That's what girls do, right?
Right. They
Okay.
always talk too much. We know that.
But we want to hear Steve talk. We have tons of
we
questions still from the viewers.
Yeah.
You
Hit
seem
me.
to be a popular guy.
What can
All
I
right.
say?
So, what is your creative process?
My creative process. I suppose when I'm looking for images and stuff like that, I look at stuff that hasn't been done before, looks different, looks like it's not a tattoo. Because that's kind of what sets my work apart, I think, is like photos with out of focus, or like images with out of focus parts and stuff like that kind of make it more look like photography than a tattoo image, you know?
So, do people come to you with an actual image, or do they say, I want a picture of Snoop Dogg, and then you kind of roll with it?
Depends. Sometimes if they have a reference, then they'll go. Most of the time, they just say, I want this, and I'll find the reference. Because for me, it's better to do that.
And then you can,
Pick it myself.
part of
and
your
make it my own,
creativity.
yeah.
But I think that you were the first person who really did tattoos out of focus, right, with the background, because you really got into that strongly with the portraits, and then you put everything really three-dimensional, out of focus in the back like a camera. It's really incredible.
Thank you.
And then you see that by the piece from yesterday. Can we show this one more time? The piece from yesterday. There it is. If you see like the out of focus on the top part, right, like where the roller coaster comes down. I hate you, by the way. This piece is unbelievable. It's like
wait, it's not finished.
it's not
Still
finished.
has 2 to 3 hours to work on this.
Poor guy. How long were you on it? How long did he work on this?
12
12 hours. Holy moly. I mean, it's incredible. It's really incredible. The detail and everything, you know. Even the lettering, if you look at it. And this is fresh. I mean, this photo is taken fresh, right?
Yeah.
Can you zoom out one more time, please? And then see that on the... It's when you really look at it, there's no redness. I mean, it's really smooth. It's all laid in. The blue is incredible in the back.
Thanks,
It's
man.
really smooth. There's not even an open spot anywhere. It looks like a picture, right? I mean, if you would crop it out,
looks painted
nobody
on.
would know. It looks like a painting. It's incredible, incredible, incredible. I have a question from a viewer, which is, are there any good rules of thumb when adjusting machine speed? I can answer that. Turn it up or down. That's it. There's nothing else. You need to figure it out. I can't give you a number. He can. Can you give him a number?
No.
No?
7.
7. Number 7. Right in the middle. Right in the middle.
Number,
of the
lucky number
part.
7.
But can you say anything on which kind of different needles you use, which groupings?
I use the same 4 needles for every single tattoo. I use a 5 liner, a 7 round shader, a curved 7 mag, and a curved 15 mag.
Wow. It's like, yeah, I use a 7 liner and a 15 mag curve. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I can't do those little pieces too much. My
It's
face
just
is up.
one little needle
Wow.
size down, you're done.
It's good. You did another incredible piece, what I just have seen. Maybe we can bring that in. It was just, an amazing portrait. There it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Look at
you
that.
would like that. Right?
I would love
Because
that.
Sing that.
I was singing that earlier.
Now sing it. Sing it. Snoop Doggy Dog. Come on.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear me
Sing it. You
sing.
gangster. Sing it. All right. But it's incredible. How did you approach this microphone?
I did just all the black first, which made me not need the stencil, and then I just kind of did dots. And that's how you just gotta, like, there's not, you can follow the stencil of the picture as much as you can, but really it just comes down to, you just gotta make it look like what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
You don't have to make them look like little diamonds, just enough texture in the right spots that kind of give it the look of what it's supposed to look like.
And then I know you make we worked together for a while now. That you make special colors, right? Like you have this special hue in all your colors. What I see, they're a little bit detuned, I would call them, right? They're not as crisp.
Muted.
It's like, yeah, they're a little muted. They're a little. I think it makes it more real because it's you really bring it into a subtle element that it takes that fake look away. Actually,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Is
the
it?
thing, because that's the other thing with Intense, because it heals so natural. It doesn't heal bright and oversaturated. So the thing is, it adds to the realism because it doesn't look like a wax figure.
Right.
You know, like a lot of those older ones, or like they're amazing tattoos, but they just have that waxy look. They don't have the natural realism kind of look to them.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the shadow in the nose, right? I mean, it's incredible. And I mean, for me, it's amazing. The microphone is amazing. I mean, I love Snoop too, but it's. I think the microphone kills it on this one. You know.
So
it's
has Snoop seen it?
Snoop.
Must have got tagged 1,000 times in that photo.
Snoop, you have to check this out.
Come on,
This
Snoop,
is
repost it.
incredible. Yes, we need to
Repost it. We need to
repost.
get
Out of anyone, when I was doing it, I was like, he's got to repost it. He's
Yeah.
so prevalent.
But
He's
wasn't
so
there like another person who reposted a tattoo from you, right?
I've had a couple of reposts.
Yeah, well, there was a really big guy who reposted a tattoo. You did an
did
incredible portrait.
yeah, Sylvester Stallone. I did a Rambo.
Yeah,
And,
it was-
he reposted like that tattoo, and then he reposted maybe another 6.
Yeah.
Which is
Wow.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I can tell you. I mean, I know him personally, and I can tell you that he loves your work. So
That's
it's-
fucking awesome.
it's, you are on his radar. I can tell you that.
Nice. Nice.
No pressure. No pressure. But you are on his radar. What else here? Do you have another question?
Yes.
Or-
Okay, so I know we talked about it a little bit, but how do you make it make your colors easier to blend?
I used to use water, like dip in between, but for me it just, when I noticed the healing, it doesn't heal as saturated as it should, because it's obviously got water in it. So now I just literally, I don't even use mixing solution. I just dip between inks. And
Just
the fact
between-
that I keep dipping in between these colors, they stay wet, they don't dry out. So I can keep doing that all day and it stays.
And then it creates all individual new
That's the
pigment
thing, yeah.
shades, right?
Well, because I use an
continuously,
ink cap, I'll use
it's
one side to mix, one side for pure. So that one side is always kind of a bit
Yeah.
dirty anyway.
And then you have like an amazing color set coming out, right? Like with
I
us,
do.
It's
Yeah.
release week.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. 24 colors.
Yeah, 24 colors looks great. I mean, it's amazing that we managed to get him here, but not his set. We should maybe talk to some people. This is what life does for you. We just figured out that we don't have a set here, but
Should be-
maybe if we have a really good camera team or working
Run
team,
and
they
get
can-
one.
They can blend that
they
in
can be
really quick in a commercial or somewhere. We can do that. I have another question. What aftercare instructions do you give to your clients?
Well, because my work it's obviously a lot of saturation, a lot of work, and it's a lot of trauma in one area. So I think Dermalize, or like anything like that, second skin, the kind of adhesive bandages for me are the best.
Yeah, I swear by them too.
Yeah, because I mean, like nothing can get in, nothing can get out. It's like healing for dummies.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's like I think with the second skin part, that was the best invention, most invention in the last.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think? Or the most advancements, I would say, in our industry in the last year, right? Like it changed Saran wrap. Remember? Now we think about like what happened with Saran wrap. They need to lose like.
I can remember wrapping this tattoo up the first night I got it, and when I took it off in the morning, it fucking reeked.
You know
because
what's
it
great?
sweated
I
all
think
night.
Saran wrap had to lose $10 million worth of business because of the tattoo artist.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is, nobody thinks about that, you know?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
The amount of money they
Bounty.
make off us. Yeah.
Right? Bounty should sponsor every tattoo artist in the world because your paper towels are
Yeah.
used by everybody. And we maybe changed it if another one comes in and sponsors guys like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody else, so.
So I have a question because you're a newer tattoo artist and you're an
I like how she says that newer. She doesn't want to call you young.
more seasoned
old.
tattoo artist.
Seasoned.
Yes, exactly. More seasoned tattoo artist. Are you guys going to do a seminar together?
What?
Yeah, hell yeah. We should do
To
that.
do a seminar together?
Him and me?
Yeah.
We never talk about anything. We just want to go and have a drink somewhere. We're tattoo artists. It's like he's old school.
You guys want to learn from them together,
old in
right?
the soul.
He's old in the soul, and I know how this works. We're gonna sit for hours, and you're gonna hear us blubbering about stuff we don't want to hear.
No,
but I'm in.
It
I'm
would
in,
be cool
whatever,
to
yeah.
see the different views from tattooing,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be cool.
the different techniques.
We should do like an Intense Academy one.
Yeah, that would be great. We should do this. I mean, we're doing this right now anyway,
pretty
right?
much,
Almost,
yeah.
but not like in that way. We're gonna have something special coming for you guys sooner or later. So stay tuned. Send us some questions.
Wait, I have one more.
No,
one more.
she never.
I have
she
to
never
ask.
stops.
No, I have to ask everybody this. This is the mission. What was your
Oh my god.
What was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo, like on a client, on another
On you.
person. First tattoo on myself, I did Stewie from Family Guy. Yeah.
What?
Camera people. Yeah.
Why?
My friends used to call me Stewie.
Oh, so we didn't know
It's a
that.
nickname,
So
yeah.
Steve is now Stewie. We're gonna make
apparently,
this.
yeah.
We're gonna bring this into the world. Please write this right underneath right now in the screen. Can you do this?
Do not do that.
Stewie. Come on, guys. I know you can do it. Let's do it, please.
No, don't do that.
Just a little bit. Stewie. Come on, we're
my
waiting for
God.
this. Everybody has to say this now. In the
I hope,
meantime,
I hope your camera crew is not that good.
no, that's a challenge. You better have that happening really quick. 3, 2.
Well,
Come
thank
on,
you
guys.
so
Somebody's
much.
typing.
Yeah, I will.
Nobody, oh, come on.
Thank you so much for chatting with us
No
and
worries.
answering
Thank you, guys.
questions. It's so nice to talk to you, and
It's
I'm
been
sure
awesome.
we'll see you later on today.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to hang out, and Steve is going to come back in. In the meantime, we go for a break, and we see you in a
Some food.
second. And we have food. I told you, food, drinking, that's all you're going to hear from us.
Pretty much.
Stay
See you
tuned. We'll be
later.
right back.
Stay tuned.